Hey guys, we're so glad to have you back to join us as we are in our 4th week talking about Joseph. Aiden, have you had any crazy dreams lately?
Yes, I had a dream that I was riding on an elephant, eating a corn dog through an arcade.
Ooh, that is a crazy dream. What's the craziest dream you've ever had? Do you always know what your dreams mean? Did you know what your dream meant, Aiden?
No idea.
No idea. I don't know what that dream means either. Maybe that you had too many hot dogs or corn dogs before you went to bed that night? Maybe, possibly. Well, today we're going to talk about some very interesting dreams and how God used Joseph to interpret or to tell what the dreams meant. So we've already talked about how Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers. Then the Lord blessed Joseph as he worked in the house of Potiphar, the man that had bought him. But then there was Potiphar's wife. She went and told a lie about Joseph, which infuriated, meaning it made Potiphar really mad and upset, and he had Joseph thrown into prison. But you see, Joseph had not done anything wrong. He was just trying to do what was right before God. So even through all of this, God was still with him, and God blessed Joseph even in prison so that he was put in charge of other prisoners. Now, 2 of Pharaoh's workers had offended their royal master, and Pharaoh had them placed in prison, and they were being held there. So the captain of the guard assigned them to Joseph for him to look after. Well, while they were in prison, Pharaoh's cupbearer and his baker each had a dream one night, and each dream had its own meaning. So when Joseph came to them the next morning, he saw that they looked worried. They were troubled. They were upset. And he said, "Why do you look so worried today?" And they both said, "We both had dreams last night, but no one can tell us what they mean." Then Joseph said this. He said, interpreting dreams is God's business. So Joseph began to tell them something. The cupbearer explained his strange dream first. And in his dream, he saw 3 branches full of ripe, juicy grapes. And in his hand, he held Pharaoh's cup, and he filled the cup with juice from those delicious grapes. Then he put the cup in Pharaoh's own hand. Now, with God's help, Joseph gave the cupbearer the interpretation, saying that in 3 days' time, he would be restored to his job as Pharaoh's cupbearer. So that sounds like a pretty good dream, don't you think? Joseph asked the cupbearer to remember him when he got out of prison so that he could help Joseph be released as well. Well, the baker then shared his dream with Joseph, explaining that in his dream, he was carrying 3 baskets of bread for Pharaoh on his head. On his way to deliver the food, birds ate up the bread from the baskets. This time, Joseph's interpretation was not so nice. Joseph told the baker that in 3 days' time, Pharaoh would have the baker executed. That means killed. Not so good, huh? I'm sure he was very upset with what Joseph was telling him. And just as Joseph had said, within 3 days, both of these dreams came true. The cupbearer was restored to his job, and the baker was put to death. Unfortunately, the cupbearer forgot all about Joseph. I mean, what now for Joseph? I mean, how do you think Joseph felt? Maybe it seemed like that God had forgotten him, but God hadn't. God was still with him. And this is something important to remember, is that Joseph made sure to let them know that God was the one who gave the dream and who was responsible for letting Joseph know what the dreams meant. Now, Joseph may have felt forgotten when the cupbearer didn't remember him, but you see, God had not forgotten him. And it's the same for you guys as well. You may feel that people may have forgotten about you. And like in the story that Pastor John told on Sunday morning about his family forgetting his birthday, that was very upsetting. Well, you may get discouraged at times when you feel left out, when you feel people aren't paying you the attention that you need. But you can always know that God never forgets you. So I'll see you guys next week as we see what is going on in Joseph's life.